The clock is ticking. With just 101 days to go until Brexit, and still no deal in place, Theresa May's senior ministers gathered this morning in Downing Street. On the agenda, the ramping up of no-deal preparations. Meanwhile, a date for your diary. After pulling the vote on her Brexit deal last week, Mrs May has announced plans to put her agreement before the House in mid-January.
We intend to return to the meaningful vote debate in the week commencing 7th of January and hold the vote the following week.
And an early Christmas present for Theresa May. The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has tabled a motion of no confidence in the Prime Minister over the Brexit vote.
She has delayed the vote, postponed the vote, and now trying to prevent Parliament having a vote about whether to have a vote or not. This is a government that's running scared from its own Parliament.
But with Number 10 saying it won't schedule parliamentary time for the non-binding motion, the ball is very much back in Mr Corbyn's court, who must now decide whether to table a no-confidence motion in the government as a whole. Well, joining me to talk about this Brexit story again today is Shona Merrick. She is our Brussels correspondent here at Euronews. We've got James Crisp from The Telegraph, and Brian Maguire remains with us on the sofa. Shona, we saw the UK government meeting today to talk about no deal, what it means, the contingency plans. We're expecting to hear more from the EU tomorrow. What can we expect to hear from them?
Well, the EU has said before that they'll have some sort of transitory programme in place. So essentially, nothing like the transitional period where you'll have the customs union, single market, but just to ensure that, for example, planes maybe not be landed. The most extreme version of Brexit doesn't apply. And then when you hear in the UK, they're talking about 3,500 military personnel on the streets for possibly looting and possibly maybe border security, you can see that chaos will probably just be afoot.
Yeah, so, James, we've heard all these stories about what no deal will mean. Well, everything from not being able to get Mars bars in Britain through to, as you say, troops on the ground, essentially, to potentially maintain the peace. I mean, would it really be that bad?
Well, I mean, if it was as bad as we're being told it's going to be, I mean, the only reason you'd have soldiers for border security would be to stop people leaving. I mean, look.
Well, that in itself, though, was a sign that it would be particularly bad for the UK.
Well, but there'd be some mass exodus down the Channel, and then you'd have those poor, unfortunate people in Calais being turfed out of their places. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but it isn't going to be good if it happens. I mean, no one should say that no deal is a good idea. The people who do, frankly, idiots, liars, I mean, it wouldn't be great.
Don't hold back, James.